All right, welcome to today's Video Guys show. It's all about one of my favorite products, the YoloBox family of products. Now, YoloLive is the company that makes them. YoloBox are the products. Let's talk about the specific products. The Ultra, the big boy, the newest unit, really love it, $14.98. What's so great about the Ultra? The Ultra gives you a slightly bigger screen, but more importantly, it gives you more inputs, more outputs. But let's talk about what this product does. It is a standalone video live production device. What can you do with an Ultra? You can stream from up to 4 HDMI sources plus USB sources. You can record, you can play back video, you can add a scoreboard, you could do titles, lower thirds, you could do slow motion, you can do cellular bonding and bonding in order to get more bandwidth to go on the stream up. And because it's got a more powerful CPU, you can stack more of these effects together, and the Ultra is still up for the job. We love the Ultra. Let's go into some of the specific things that set the Ultra apart from the Pro. First, I mentioned before, was 4 HDMI inputs. The next one that I feel is very important is the ISO recording. That means I can separately record the HDMI inputs to have them later for video editing. It's bigger and brighter. It's got network bonding. It's got a stronger CPU, which is critical for handling more layers of effects and video for your stream and encoding. And also, it's got 4K streaming and a bigger battery. All in all, at $14.98, it is having a complete live video production solution on an Android device that you can carry around in a backpack that's got everything you need to do. You do not need a laptop. You do not need a computer. The YoloBoxes do it all. The YoloBox Pro is now $999, under $1,000, making it bar none the best under $1,000 solution in the industry for self-contained video switching, monitoring, and streaming. What can it do? It's an all-in-one encoder, switcher, recorder, and monitor. Captures video, easy setup, touchscreen control, portable, compact size. You use it on the go because it'll work with LGT or network streaming. Plus, you get lower thirds, you get titles, you get scoreboards, you get so much cool stuff. The YoloBox Ultra and the YoloBox Pro are phenomenal products. They've each been Video Guys Products of the Year. Ultra last year and Pro, I believe, 3 years ago. Phenomenal products, work fantastic. If you've got the budget for the Ultra, stretch to $500, folks. You won't regret it. That's the Ultra running down there. But if you're on a little bit tighter budget, the Pro is more than up for the job. What job is that? Well, let's talk about this because you can use the YoloBoxes in so many different areas. It's great for doing sports, your kids' sports, youth sports, high school sports, college sports, wedding, events, funerals, house of worship, perfect, videography, education, live selling, something that's very popular, that's coming on more and more. And what do you like about live selling? A lot of times that's a vertical mode for things like TikTok and Instagram, of which the Ultra supports both vertical and horizontal video. So guys, I'm really excited about this because I don't think people realize just how versatile and functional the YoloLive products are. And YoloBoxes, whether you get the Mini, the Pro, or the Ultra, whichever you get, you're going to have a self-contained solution that gives you everything you need. And which one's the right one for you? Going to get to that in a moment. But first, I just want to talk about the Mini. The Mini is a smaller size, 5.5 inches. It's 1080p, 1 HDMI and 1 USB with basic switching, 4G LTE, graphic overlays, monitor support, $698. Who is the Mini for? The Mini is for that guy who just really takes a camera or two to just basically encode and stream. It's a phenomenal solution for that when you have a really simple self-contained setup. As you can see here, we have it mounted on the camera. It's small enough to mount on the camera where it could still be handheld. As you can see down here, the Ultra and the Pro get a little bit bigger, and it's not saying you can't mount them on a camera, but typically they're mounted on a tripod or some kind of rig that's a little bit more than just mounting it on top of the camera. The InStream is a device that YoloBox came out with 2 years ago. It's basically kind of the equivalent of a Pro, but it's for vertical streaming. It's a good standalone product for $998 if you're looking to do vertical streaming. Once again, that's for TikTok, that's for Instagram. The YOLO Max is a large 32-inch touchscreen model, which is still available for $14.98. That's really great if you want to do something in a store as an in-store and use it with the large screen where you want to be able, as a talent, to read what's going on the screen. And I'm not sure what those streaks are, and I apologize for them. And then we also have a Verticam from YoloLive, which is a $628 camera for shooting vertical video. It's a vertical PTZ camera. All right, this is the comparison chart of all the products, and I think it's really important to focus on the first three: the Mini, the Pro, and the Ultra. As you can see, you get a little bit more screen size. You get a lot higher nits with the Ultra. Really, it's about the inputs and the outputs going from one input, HDMI input for the Mini, 3 for the Pro, 4 for the Ultra. ISO recording is a huge feature to me that's only available on the Ultra. Battery life is much longer on the Ultra. The CPU, you can see they get to the bigger CPU, the 865, which basically the CPU doesn't mean it does any single feature better, but the key with the bigger CPU and the bigger battery is it means you can stack more things on top of each other. So I want to remind everyone, the YoloBox Pro, the YoloBox Ultra, those are Android devices. Their software has no limitations. The real limitation is just what can the CPU inside the box handle and how many layers, how much encoding, and what you could do. So if you're going to push the unit to do a 4-camera multi-switching with a scoreboard and lower thirds and picture-in-picture and transitions and a countdown clock and all those great features you can do in the product, well, you might find that you're kind of pushing the CPU to the limit on the Pro, whereas the Ultra will have a bigger CPU and be able to handle that a little bit better. It's also got more memory. And once again, the streaming platforms, you can stream to Facebook, YouTube, RTMP, and then vertical video with the Ultra, and the in-stream you can do Instagram and TikTok. Amazing products. Can't speak highly enough about them. YoloBox Mini, $698. Pro is now $999. Ultra is now $14.98, and the in-stream is $9.98 as well. One of the things that I love, let's bring this up full screen for a second. I threw you off, I know, I did the turn. YoloBox constantly improves their products. And you can see just this past year, we've already had 3 significant releases with the YoloBox Ultra. Now, you can go to our website to read all that, but the thing that I wanted to stress is these devices just get better and better as you own them. The YoloBox Pro, the YoloBox Ultra, the original YoloBox, the OG, the YoloBox Mini, the in-stream, that product gets better over time, and it doesn't cost you a penny. They do firmware upgrades, and they're constantly adding new features. And where do those features come from? You, the users, because YoloBox and YoloLive listens to their users. They're active on their Facebook groups, and they use the feedback they get from those groups to figure out what features to add next. Now, every time they have a firmware upgrade, their goal is to make it more stable, more reliable, easier to use. But the features that they've added over time are just incredible. And like I said, ISO recording in the Ultra, that's a big one. I love it. They're going to be adding something called app control, which means you will be able to control an Ultra from a laptop. So if you want to use it in a studio setting where you not necessarily want to be typing on that smaller screen, you get a bigger screen to work with and use. The scoreboards are getting better. They just added multicam replay, so you can have instant replay from multiple sources in the HDMI. The product just keeps getting better and better, and I just have to say, kudos to Frank and the whole team at YoloLive. You guys make great products, and you keep making them better and better and better. Constant firmware upgrades, it's not just on the Ultra. Look at this history. The Pro's been getting the in-stream, the Mini, they're constantly upgrading. And by the way, guys, I'm going to turn to this camera again. A little birdie whispered in my ear. His name's Frank. He's on the forums, and he said, guys, we're working our best to get all the features you see in the Ultra firmwares to the Pro owners, to in-stream owners, to Mini owners, even to OG owners. This is going to be sometimes the CPU and the performance might be limited on some of those features, but their goal is to have the entire feature set available to you in some way, because the folks at YoloLive are committed to you, their customers, and the customer experience. Fantastic job. Kudos to the folks over at YOLO to make these units, to have them have firmware releases that just have them get better and better and better while reducing the cost to our customers. We love it. Can't say enough about it. Kudos to Frank and Emily and the whole team at YoloLive. We're super excited about their products. We think they're fantastic. And once again, if you're doing weddings, funerals, events, if you're doing your band videos in a bar for bar stuff, it's great for education. It's fantastic for doing a corporate video. YoloBox is a great way for you to get started in a complete contained portable solution that does all the big things you need for live video production. What is that? Streaming, encoding, switching, titles, graphics, lower third, scoreboards for sports, picture-in-picture. Have I missed anything, guys? I probably have, because there's so many features in the YoloBox family of products. Guys, this was Gary from Video Guys. Remember, love us on Facebook, like us on Facebook. If you're going to get a YoloBox, definitely go to the YoloLive, YoloBox Users Forum group on Facebook. It's a great place to get information about the products. You can shop all our YoloLive products on our website. And also, talk to our guys. Call us, 800-323-2325. James and Adam, they use the YoloBox. They've got it set up right here on the floor. I'd be using it right now for the show, but we really didn't want this to be a hands-on show. We've got a bunch of hands-on videos that James and Adam put together on YoloBox Pro and on the YoloBox Ultra, on the Video Guys blog, on the Video Guys YouTube website. Subscribe to our website. Like us on Facebook, all that other good stuff. This is Gary from Video Guys. Peace.